Live right back at you, West Side, baby. We riding, man. What's good? Waiting for y'all to join, rejoin the stream. We working. What up? Floyd gonna shit on Conor? We gonna find out. We just doing a little bit of this easy work. It's pathetic that Conor doesn't know how to hit a speed bag or double it. I didn't see him on either one of them. Did he do it and it didn't look good, or he just didn't do it at all? That workout Conor put on was embarrassing. It's funny, man, because they say I'm the hater. Like, I just tell you what I see. I hate everybody, every person, every human. Oh, he can't do it? Shit, August 26th, he gonna be a wealthy man, regardless. Damn, someone said Justin Bieber got more hands than Conor. Wow. Nah, not if they were to just meet up. Someone said he looked terrible. Someone said Conor was throwing girl punches on purpose, are so stupid and yeah, like, I mean, you know the saying, that's the oldest trick in the book. I think that would be so, that doesn't sound realistic. That's the best way to put it. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna water down his performance and dumb it down when he's really capable of looking very sharp. You know what I mean? I just don't, I don't see that. He wasn't going full power, man. Whatever. And you sound stupid. I can tell you don't know shit about boxing. He wasn't going full power. First of all, when you're doing boxing training for that intents and purposes, you're not going full power. It's not about going full power because you have to pace yourself. So the fact that you put that in me shows me you don't know what you're talking about. He wasn't going full power. Yeah, who does? You know what I mean? You think Canelo's throwing haymakers every shot on the heavy bag? No. You're not supposed to put power into every fucking shot. You gotta, again, you have to pace yourself. That's what the name of the game is. And let's just be clear. I never want to see Conor McGregor fight Canelo. Would not be a good thing, because that'd be worse than Floyd, because Floyd's tiny. We know that. Floyd's able to beat bigger guys based on skill. He has brittle hands. To my knowledge, Canelo doesn't. Canelo has youth. Canelo's strong. That just would, Conor and Canelo would be terrible in boxing. If y'all want to talk about some grappling or MMA, street fight, bar fight, all that dumb shit. He didn't do the double in bag either, huh? I still haven't seen All Access. I've been busy. I got a pack. I'm going out of town next week. This is the life I chose. You know what I mean? So I'm not always home. So I haven't had a chance to catch All Access. Is there a boxer Conor can beat? Yes, definitely. Shit, according to him, he beat Paulie Malignaggi. I don't know, because I wasn't there. But there's guys he can beat for sure. Like, I just don't know about him beating the top level guys. Like, that's just what it is, man. Like a Errol Spence, a Canelo, Triple G, Floyd. I don't see him beat none of them guys. You got to understand, like, I know the last stream was turned up, but we chilling right now. I'm going to be serious with you guys. Okay, here's a good point. He told Loma to fight Rigondeaux. Hey, salute to Conor. I agree with him on that. And I actually like that about Conor, that he seems pretty in tune, enough in tune with the boxing world. The fact that he even knew Rigondeaux to reference it and said his name probably correctly, I give him props for that. But listen, this is the thing. Conor keeps talking this whole spiel about, I'm a martial artist. I fight multiple ways, multiple styles. That's all true. I get that. That is true. He does fight MMA encompasses a variety of styles. Some guys are great wrestlers. Some guys are great with the stand-up. Some guys had won boxing tournaments on some level. Like I think Stipe Miocic, I think he was a pretty solid boxer as like before he became an MMA mixed martial artist. Cody Garbrandt. So there's MMA encompasses everything. But you got to understand that you're not fighting an MMA fight. So you saying that, since you can't use, let's say MMA, I don't know because there's so many different styles, but for the sake of argument, Conor keeps talking about how he fights multiple styles. Let's say there's 10 different styles. Let's say wrestling, judo, capoeira, boxing, blah, blah, blah. Let's say there's 10 of them. You're boxing Floyd Mayweather, so 9 of them are irrelevant. You know what I mean? Wrestling, irrelevant. Grappling, irrelevant. Capoeira, irrelevant. Karate, judo, irrelevant. That's the whole point. So even though MMA, he's perfectly accurate with saying that MMA encompasses everything, but you're not fighting Floyd in the MMA, so it renders them useless. All those other talents or other facets of your game. You know what I mean? It might prepare you as a fighter in general, but it doesn't help you in boxing. Versus the guys that box, they don't have a grappling coach. They don't have a wrestling coach. They don't do judo with fucking Ronda Rousey and Edmund. Head movement! Head movement! No! You know what I'm saying? They're not doing all that. So with that being said, the fucking the Conor McGregor, you're losing 9 different disciplines or whatever, however many you know, because you're fighting him in his neck of the wood, in his arena. So that's just what it is. And these boxers, that's all they do. Like I said, they don't have grappling coaches and the other things like that. So this is all they polish. Pause. They polish their boxing skills. Get their hands wrapped. You know what I mean? They do like cardio miles and stuff. But every routine, every training camp is with the purpose and the intent of boxing. Every drill, for the most part. You know what I mean? Some fighters do strength and conditioning, some don't. But speed bag, double in bag, heavy bag, jump roping, these are all things that just pad work. You know what I mean? These are all things that boxers do. And it's the same cycle over and over and over again. So the point being, there's a Bruce Lee quote, and if somebody can Google it and say, actually I could Google it, you know what I'm saying? We got to use technology to our benefit. And I'm going to read this quote to you. Bruce Lee is one of my favorite people. I learned a lot from Bruce Lee. Hold on. Hold on. I know y'all motherfuckers get to the fucking Bruce Lee shit. Y'all impatient motherfuckers. Okay, Bruce Lee. And Bruce Lee. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. You guys, let me say it again. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Shout out to the legend, Bruce. You see, be like water. You see, water can crash and water can burst. You put water into a cup, it becomes a cup. You put it into... No, I'm just playing. Be like water, my friends. Don't go too far, hun. It'll be over in 60 seconds. So, let's analyze what Bruce Lee just said. Fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once. So, he's basically saying a jack of all trades, master of none. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you splice and dabble in all these different things. Like, that doesn't necessarily make you a complete fighter, even though you have different, like you do some wrestling. Like Conor McGregor, can he wrestle? Can he wrestle like Chad Mendes? Probably not. But he beat Chad Mendes and his stand-up game is on point. You know what I'm saying? So, what I'm talking about, the reason I brought that Bruce Lee quote up is it says, fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. That's what these boxers do. Their drills, all camps are pretty much the same. It's not like, oh, okay, like Ronda Rousey, when she got her ass head kicked in by Holly Holm, she probably started, or should have started, to box more. Like, you know what I mean? Let me work on that. And that's what a lot of MMA fighters do. Like, let me polish up on this because that last fight was tough. He got me on the mat, and I need to work on my takedown defense or whatever, right? But these boxers, all they do are the same types of drills over and over and over and over again. You think the work that Gervonta Tank Davis did when he was 15, 16, winning tournaments is much different than what he's doing now at age 22, or Floyd Mayweather? No. The fact that Floyd Mayweather has a cola, right? And he's like hitting the heavy bag, and he has one hand, I can't do it because my other hand's holding the device, but he has a speed bag, and then his other hand, he has a Coke. It's because he's been doing it since he was a fucking kid. That's why. He doesn't even have to look at it because he can hear the rhythm, and it's just like I watched a sports science. See, now I'm dropping gems for y'all. I watched a sports science, and they talked about like a shooter in the NBA, like Steph Curry, and they blindfolded him or some shit, and he was hitting shots with you know what I'm saying, with a mask on, like Future. He had a blindfold and was still splashing shots, just bloop, because you have muscle memory. And once you do things repetitively, you can kind of gauge distance and stuff like that. That's why Floyd's able to hit this. I'm fucking Mayweather. He was like, I'm Floyd Mayweather. I do what I want. This shit is easy. He's not even looking at the shit. He's not even looking at the speed bag. Man, this shit easy work. Huh? What'd you say? Girl collection? Okay. This some easy ass. He's not even looking at this shit because he has it. He's been doing it since he was a kid. So that's one of the big things that Conor's gonna, I feel like, have an issue with, is because you're going into, you're talking about how you have different disciplines, which you do, but you're going in someone else's discipline, and that's all they do. All they do is turn punches. All they do is learn how to jab and shoot uppercuts, and you know what I mean, Floyd with his defense, and you know what I mean. So that's all he's doing. He doesn't have to pick up anything else. Floyd looked terrible. Someone said Floyd looked terrible yesterday. So Conor looked better to you today? He looked better than Floyd? Y'all sound stupid, man. Some of y'all sound like real life dumb. And see, that's what I noticed about fighting and boxing. People are babies. They want it to be tit for tat. They're like, oh, did you give, someone said in the last stream, did you give Mayweather this much hate? Why would I give Mayweather the same amount of hate, since that's what y'all want to call it, or criticism, when he's been doing this his whole life and he looks like he's always looked? It's not because I critique Conor McGregor off of what I see that now all of a sudden I have to do it to Floyd. That's not how it works. Because if Floyd got in there in the octagon and he was doing like some kind of MMA moves and like trying to get out of a rear naked choke, then I'll be like, man, Floyd looked goofy as fuck. But until that happens, I'm not gonna, because I critique Conor's media day, that don't mean I'm gonna say the same thing about Floyd's media day when he didn't look like Floyd looked like he always looked. Sounds stupid. But that's what they want. They want it to be equal. So, you're talking about Conor, man. You're a fucking tool. Did you say this about Floyd's media day? Why would I say about Floyd's media day when he looked like he normally looks? He actually just looked a little bit bigger. Crazy. But we're going to see. And here's another, I'm going to tell you how this shit works. Another way to tell who knows about this sport is when they're unoriginal. Because I guarantee you, like, let's say we're talking about Vasyl Lomachenko versus Guillermo Rigondeaux. No matter who you pick to win in that fight, real boxing heads can break down the fight. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be able to break down the fight and give you different perspectives. And a lot of times you'd be like, oh shit, I didn't think of it like that. It happens to me all the time when I'm interviewing fighters. I'm interviewing a fighter and I'm like, break down Canelo Triple G. And like Peter Quillen's giving me a different take and he sparred with Triple G. So I'm like, oh shit, Triple G does do that. I didn't think about that. But when you look at a lot of these people in the comment section that don't know shit, they're just groupies and fanboys of a certain fighter, I know they don't know shit because all they're saying is recycled information. They never bring anything new to the table. 49-1. You know what I'm saying? Someone's just like, you're all gonna eat your words. Oh, okay, so you're conveniently saying exactly the same words that Conor McGregor keeps saying. You're all gonna eat your words. That's not original to me. You're literally a soundbite. You're a fucking parrot. You need to be on someone's shoulder like, nevermore. Fucking, you're parrots and parasites. Because if you ask me about any fight in boxing, right, and I know the fighters, which I probably do, then I'll be able to give you my own original thoughts, not some recycled bullshit that you heard. Like if someone asks me a question about Canelo Triple G, who I think will win, I'll be able to break it down in my own words, as opposed to being like, oh, good boy, he's a good boy, I was born ready. I'm not gonna say these little corny tagline, 49-1. You're all gonna eat your words, and who the fuck is that guy? But that's what a lot of y'all do. You just say the same shit McGregor said because you want to be him, but you can't because you broke as fuck and you work at Jack in the Box. And I'm about to get a jumbo jack from you in the drive-thru. Make sure you don't put too much mayonnaise on my shit, man. And I want 2 tacos, easy lettuce. Fucking corns. And I'm really going to Jack in the Box too, and I want my shit right. Don't be fucking up my order. And y'all got them new Coke machines, the ones where you can get the Sprite and they put a little raspberry in it. We don't have a Whataburger. They probably, some of y'all work at Whataburger. If I had one out here, I would go to Whataburger. But we don't have one out here. I'm in the west side. I'm in California. So I gotta stick to Jack in the Box, and y'all gotta get my jumbo jack with cheese. I want a jumbo jack with cheese. Easy on the mayo, because I know some of y'all be slopping on mayonnaise. You bite it and then the mayonnaise be like, nah, I don't want that much mayonnaise. And I want them taco sauces because the shit be good. Whataburger is fire. I had it on one of these trips. You motherfuckers want to be Conor so bad, but you work at Jumbo Jack. You know how many? Do you know how many Jumbo Jacks you gotta sell to get to a Conor level? Do you? That's like, I don't even know how many Jumbo Jacks. You gotta put some sourdough jacks in there too, man. It gotta be some sour. You can't just be, because Jumbo Jacks are dumbass cheap. Y'all want to be Conor so bad, that motherfucker don't even know who you are. Anyway, Adrian Broner, Amir Imam, that's a good ass fight. I like that. Broner's never been stopped. Amir Imam has been stopped, but I actually gained, I always liked Amir Imam, but I gained a newfound respect after hearing Paulie Malignaggi's interview, because Paulie Malignaggi, he said that he got, oh my God, power. He said when he got hit by Amir Imam, and he said it wasn't no short camp. He said he was with Imam for like a month or so. And he said his power was, oh my God. He said Conor's power was respectable. You can't stick your chin out. But he says Amir Imam got that real life cracks. Conor was asked to respond to Lomachenko wanting to spar. Conor said he needs to fight Rigondeaux. That's classic. I tell y'all, I like Conor McGregor. I like Conor McGregor. Paulie Malignaggi did say Amir Imam has oh my God power. He said you get hit with some shit like, whew, like what the fuck? Someone says you're broke as fuck. That's cool. We gonna get to 100,000 subscribers. I'll be broke. I'm homeless. Please. I actually live under a bridge. It's funny. Yeah, I don't know where Amir Imam has been. That's funny, y'all. Some of y'all try to roast me. That shit don't. Judge it by your house. You're broke as fuck. Okay, I'm broke. Next, I'm homeless. I'm the dude from In Living Color. Remember when Damon Wayans, he played that homeless dude? That's me. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about, because I'd rather be that Damon Wayans character. Some of y'all, the other Damon Wayans character, hated it. That's y'all. Two snapped and around the world and back. Hated it. They are lame, bro, but we gotta have some fun, man. This is the entertainment business. They hating, but they watching. Thank you, Kevin Escobar. Hated it. That's what y'all be doing on these videos. I be telling the truth. I'm like, hey, I don't think Conor looked great in sparring. Here's why. Hated it. He hating on my baby Conor. Like, ew, really? Conor's a good fighter, but in terms of boxing, why are you wearing sunglasses in your house? Because I'm a fucking vampire. That's why. I'm one of the Lost Boys. From dusk till dawn. Interview with the... I'm Lestat. That's why. Next question. Then if ego broke, why you wasting your time watching some broke dude on YouTube? You think he cute or something? See, I don't know about all that, but that's a good question. Why you watch Mr. Broke Man? I didn't click on y'all. You clicked on me. Gotti Part 2? Well, we gonna see. We gonna see what that is. Peace, ego. What's good on that side? Yeah, we just maintaining. It's hot out here on Friday in California. Ego Valley mode. Man, still I rise. I gotta go Ego Valley. Damn, someone said Sharmbe Mitchell Part 2. If he gasses out, he's a dead man. We'll see if he can not gas out. Cause Floyd he's a sharpshooter and he knows what to do when you're gassing out. See, I study my boxing. Marcos Maidana, the first fight, he brought it to Floyd, gave him a tough fight, and he said after in interviews, Broner was stronger and Floyd hits like tickles. His punches felt like tickles. Floyd made sure to sit down on some shit and dig to that body. So, once again, y'all sound crazy. Someone says, you don't know shit about boxing, but I got like almost 100,000 subscribers and you watching the stream right now. Just to tell me I don't know shit. Y'all like that little kid from Kindergarten Cop. Remember when Arnold, yeah, what are you doing? And that little kid was like, he's like, my PE teacher's better than you. And the cafeteria lady and my English teacher's better than you. And he was telling Arnold all the people that were better than him. Arnold was like, yeah, it's not a tumor. Do you know anyone who's not better than me? That's what y'all do. Y'all come on my stream to tell me that I don't know shit about boxing. Like, yeah, there's so many channels better than you. Go fucking watch them then. And leave the real boxing to the real fans. You fucking Kindergarten Cop children. Yeah, what are you doing? Who is your daddy and what does he do? Get down, Dylan, you son of a bitch. I really believe Paulie now, for sure. That's why they not releasing that whole sparring. Man, they ain't releasing the whole thing. Killing me with what shit? Who's paralyzed? What? I'm lost. Someone said these dudes in wheelchairs and paralyzed. Who is paralyzed? I don't get it. Paulie whooped that ass, confirmed. Man, I mean, I gotta see. I want to see the whole thing. See, that's the other thing. That 3-minute shit is some bullshit. Because if you whip somebody's ass for 20 rounds and you did your thing for majority, you should be releasing a fucking Roots miniseries. You know what I'm saying? That's straight up. It should be a long ass docudrama about what happened, not no 3-minute. That's just me. That's my thoughts. Make sure y'all hit the like button in the stream. The longer we go. Bleacher Report just roasted Conor's bag work. See, that's funny. Shout out to Bleacher Report, even though they stole some of my shit back in the day. But that's funny to me because when I say this shit, see, this is what happens because I'm a brand, but I'm an individual. Like, people know the individual behind the brand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get more people to help out and stuff like that. But they try to pin the tail on the donkey. So when I say it and speak my mind on what's going on in the world of boxing, they try to blame me. But Bleacher Report, basically, from whoever just said that, sounds like they just said the same thing. So when I say it, they say I'm hating, and someone just said, oh, only blacks are hating on Conor. So Bleacher Report's black. You know what I'm saying? If the man looked good and sharp, then that's what I would tell you. If I thought his media day he looked like damn, the motherfucker looked polished for a person who just came. But I'm not gonna lie to the public. I'm not a politician. I don't have to do that. And I don't get paid by individual companies. Bleacher Report was black, but they bleached. You're hella dumb. That's funny though. Danny Jacobs, Jamal Charlo, excellent fight. I talked to Danny Jacobs when I was in Brooklyn. Shout out to BK. He said October 14th is his date, his return date. I don't know. He didn't tell me he was fighting, so that means it's probably not finalized or not able to be released at the time. Another thing about Conor, since we're being honest here, and we're all family and supposed to be fans of fighting sports and boxing, you can even tell from pictures of him, he has his own style, but his own style is not things they would teach you if you're learning boxing. For example, he'll throw a punch and he'll leave his hand out too long. He won't bring it back up. Even when he's on doing his bag work, he's not like protecting himself. That's one issue. Sometimes his punches are kind of wide. Things like that. I told you in the last stream, he's trying to do some fancy footwork and like, hey, I'm Conor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to do all this extra stuff. But you could tell he's tired and you could tell he's gassed. That bravado takes energy. Like guys like Muhammad Ali and Roy Jones, they boxed their whole life or whatever. So they were very comfortable in their own skin. Very comfortable in their skin. So Roy Jones, when he watches old interviews, they're like, why'd you put your hands behind your back? Yeah, he's like, I didn't put my hand behind my back. We was chicken fighting. He's doing that because he's used to that. That's what his style. But Conor McGregor, he doesn't know these little nuances, and I think he's burning additional energy trying, because it's like, I went to y'all know I'm the king of analogies, right? So I went to an open mic night. The place burned down though, but there was this comedy place out here in the Bay, and the place has since burned down, but they had an open mic night, so they had just aspiring comedians. It wasn't like Kevin Hart, oh my god, it wasn't no big names or anything, but it was an open mic night. And some of the people were actually kind of funny, and some of the people really weren't. And some of the people that weren't, and they were like not really getting booed because the crowd was at least cool and it was a smaller, more quaint environment. But the people that weren't really good, it was just really awkward silences. And you could tell some of the jokes, a lot of the person's jokes wasn't landing and it wasn't hitting, and the crowd wasn't really responding. So it was awkward. So what they would try to do is switch to something else real quick to buy time. That's what I see with the style that he's using. My bad. That's what I see with the style that he's using, is that he's it looks like he's tired, but he's trying to buy time by doing the showboaty shit. But it's not really good if you haven't been doing that your whole life and you're not really comfortable with that. Like Roy Jones, like Pacquiao. Pacquiao, he's probably been fighting like that since he was in the Philippines. That that's how he always fights. That rapid fire machine gun. But Conor, it seems forced, and it seems like he's buying time while he's doing it. So that media day made this look like a real mismatch, like everyone was saying. Ego, you are weak, and you are blocked, my friend. Yeah, man. Shout out to D Taylor, do the shmoney dance. $2 super chat. We working. And I appreciate that, because someone said I was broke or something before, so everything helps, every little bit. So I appreciate them super chats, because I'm definitely homeless. Why block him? I was having fun cussing him out. Because we got to keep this show going. One monkey don't stop no show. And we got to keep the conversation going. Some of the people in the chats, they're parasites. They just leech on to people and try to bait people and copy and paste their comment and leave it 40 times. We don't have time for that. We want to talk boxing. We want to talk fighting. We want to make this money. We want to enjoy our Friday. We don't got time for an X-nay and the dumb shit. What's rent like on the West? Oh, I thought you said what's it like on the West Coast. It's cool to live on, but that's the biggest complaint, is it's expensive. Like I got family in like Texas and stuff, and they pay like 500, 550 for a nice ass apartment. You can't get shit. You'll be living in the Paulie Malignaggi crack house or worse for 550 out here. You can't do it. The rent is too high. You cannot get anything nice. You'd be an extended stay or some shit, but you can't get into nothing good. You be in that Paulie. I know Paulie was pissed when he was in that trap house. Like, what the fuck, Conor? Conor got us in the motherfucking trap house. You know, Paulie be talking that. You didn't knock me down. It was a sparring. You hit me with a. Now you got us in the fucking crack out. Shout out to Jay Vincent. Do the shmoney dance. $2 super chat. We working. $6,000 for rent. I don't know where the fuck you live. You live with Conor McGregor? $6,000. Mexico's where it's at. Shout out to Mexico. I fuck with Mexico. Mexico be cool. Every time I went, it'd be. I got to get an updated passport though. You always talking about my side piece. Now you put us in the crack house. Hey, Paulie, I want to say one of my favorite build-ups was with Paulie. It was that Broner and Paulie, because they have the personalities that are going to easily clash. You know what I'm saying? It's like Mayweather, Conor. Certain matchups, you could tell the personalities won't get along, and it's going to be some shit. You know what I mean? And that Broner, Paulie was... He's like, Broner just said stupid shit. Like, he said, I'm on the floor like a floor towel. What the fuck does that even mean? That shit was so funny. He said, I'm on the floor like a floor towel. What the fuck does that even mean? And Broner was like, ah, man, you know, I just got this belt. Hey, B, about belts. I took his belt, and I took his girl. Brushed my hair. See, and I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I don't give a fuck who's mad, because y'all be doing that, get mad. I'm over it. One thing I don't like that kind of seems true about Paulie's story is Conor, he really does the flashy shit, and that's good, that's cool, but it challenges me. Like, I really wonder, like, damn, is he trying to scoop up? I know he's a fighter, and I don't want to think of him like a guy just trying to show up for a paycheck, but I feel like when the going gets tough, how is he going to be? And the reason I'm saying that is because he tapped out. That's one reason. But beyond that, he keeps doing like real excessively flashy stuff. So I'm wondering how much is like hard work, dedication, and how much is like you don't care because either way you gonna bank. You know what I'm saying? Make bank. Like showing up to the press tour and wearing a robe. Like, you know what I mean? That's a bit heavy. Like the press tour is cool, but the media day wearing a robe, to me that's like, and then I don't know, posting pictures of sparring where you look cool. I just feel like that's like all shit hyping up the fight, but just seems a little excessive. Like if I follow him on Instagram, posting a bunch of pictures with a green Lambo at the gym, and he's like people wrapping his head, and he's like wearing like drinking coffee and getting his hand wrapped with a fucking watch on that costs $2 million. Yeah, I heard it's a rented Lambo, but I mean he's still balling. He can rent a Lambo. Most of us can't rent a Lambo. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all, I know a lot of y'all that be leaving them dumbass comments definitely couldn't rent it because they do a credit check, and your FICO score is probably like fucking 200. I could tell by the comments y'all be leaving. If your credit score with all the different credit bureaus matches your weight, you ain't shit. You weigh 165 and that's your fucking credit score? Fuck out of here. And then talk about I'm broke. My credit score is good. Believe that. I got that credit score. Y'all be having that piss poor credit. Then y'all dummies be having the audacity to even apply. Go to Best Buy like, man, I want to get this new laptop, man. And have the audacity to apply for a Best Buy credit card. Like, motherfucker, you know you ain't gonna get no credit card through Best Buy. You got fucking bankruptcies and alimonies and sex tape money you owe and all types of extra shit. You ain't getting no fucking credit. And then it gets to the section like, how much do you make? And then you be lying about the income like they can't check that out. $3 million cash. per week. Like, you don't make no fucking $3 million a week. You work at Jack in the Box. I seen you. I seen it. I seen you. You was at that fucking Jack in the Box around the corner, man. You gave me 2 tacos. You getting $3 million from Jack in the Box, huh? Yeah, okay, yeah. You telling me you got $3 million from Jack in the Box, huh? You the CEO? Are you Jack? Huh? Are you Jack? That's what I want to know. Y'all be fucking liars. See, you smart. Somebody said don't be a menace. They got the reference. He's like, salary desire $3 million cash. I'm not crazy. I just know some of y'all work at Jack in the Box and be trying to roast me. You need to roast your fucking manager for sending you home because you didn't have your shirt tucked in. The fuck out of here. Oh, you don't want to tuck your shirt in? This is the 3rd time I've told you, Steven. It's the 3rd fucking time. I'm sending you home, no pay. Go. But wait, I'm gonna tuck it in. Let me tuck it in real quick. Like, no. 3 strikes, you're out of here, buddy. You're a fucking tool, man. Somebody called me a tool earlier. Tuck your fucking shirt in, B. You at work. They already warned you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a fight. If the ref warned you for low blows, you got to stop low blowing. You keep coming to Jack in the Box. You know what I'm saying? There's spills. Somebody spilled some Sprite or Coke or some shit, and you didn't mop it up like you were supposed to. And then you keep coming with your funky ass. You didn't even wash your shirt. That's the thing. You got jelly stains and all types of fucking Brussels sprout juice on your shirt. You don't wash it. You just spray some Febreze on it and shit. And then y'all gonna talk about me? Huh? My shit washed, B. Anyway, tuck your shirt in. That's the... Just like on Friday when he was like, I'm gonna just tuck mine in. That's what you have to do to your shirt. Because you know the Jack supervisor ain't having that. Shout out to Ruben Crespo. We got the $5 super chat. Do the shmoney dance. We working. Oh, that y'all are funny. Someone said they gonna spit in my tacos. Nah, I'm not gonna go to that Jack in the Box because he, what did Eminem say? He could be working at Burger King, spitting in your onion rings. Like, I'm not going to that same Jack in the Box because I know, because I already done roasted him in the live chat. So he, fucking ego, dance for me, boy, motherfucker. he go spit in my shit, huh? Fucking dance for me, boy. Patooey. Y'all can't fuck with me, man. I've been doing this too long. What are the raises like at Jack in the Box? That's what I need to know. Y'all talking about me saying I'm broke. How often are you eligible for a raise? That's what I want to know. Every 6 months? Let's get back to some boxing. What y'all want to talk about? I'm broken, I ain't gonna lie. Wow, y'all are funny. Someone said after your 1,000th burger sale. That workout was beast mode? Who? Conor? What? Okay, see, I'm not even trying to clown. I want to know what you liked about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all keep saying, oh, you're hating. Okay, what did Conor do good? Leave a comment. The person that just said that workout was beast mode. What was beast mode? I mean, he looks in shape. He looked tired, though. Like, he ran a triathlon with Nate Diaz. He looked tired. Ego versus Steven Seagal. Hell nah. That motherfucker, Steven Seagal turned anything to a weapon. I was watching Under Siege or whatever. He killed a dude and stabbed him in the eye with a pin. Dude just died. Like, hell nah. I like the skinny Steven Seagal. Skinny Steven Seagal, he used to go in the bar and just whip some ass. I'm looking for Richie. Anybody seen Richie? I like that Steven Seagal. I want to see Richie. Anybody seen Richie? Conor has a nice uppercut. I like how he shoots the uppercut. And he's a southpaw, so that's good. Do I think Indago is his biggest test? Bolo Young? That's my dude. You are next. That shit sound dubbed over. If you ever watch Bloodsport, he was like, you are next. I'm like, what the fuck? What's wrong with your voice, bruh? You break my record, now I break you like I break your friend. I grew up on Van Damme movies. That motherfucker Van Damme would flex for no reason. What was the movie? I think it was Death Warrant. And he was like, come on! Just flexing for no... Like, really? Van Damme, he meet a girl. I'm Frank Dukes. Yeah! Like, why are you flexing? Put on his deodorant and shit. Yeah! I think one of the funniest Van Damme scenes is watch the movie Nowhere to Run. He was a prisoner, and they had one of them prison bus shooting them all the prisoners on the bus to jail. And like some bad guys made the bus flip, and all the prisoners flew around. They're all chained up, and then the guy was like trying to check on the cop was checking on the passengers, and Van Damme was like, my leg is broken, and then the cop was like, what? And he's like, my arm is broken. And then the cop was like, what? You just said it was your leg. Is it your arm or your leg? And Van Damme says, your face. And then punches the dude. That shit was hella funny. Stop sleeping on Ndongo. Double Impact was the shit. I like that. I like on Hard Target too. Van Damme, he pulled a fucking rattlesnake out of the tree, and this girl thought he was gonna kiss him. He pulls a fucking rattlesnake out of the tree, and he's like, bleh! And he punches the rattlesnake and knocks it out. And she was like, is it dead? And he was like, not hardly. Like, who punches a fucking rattlesnake though, other than Van Damme? How's the soup, Chance? A tragedy. The coffee was tolerable though. The Last Dragon's my shit too. That's one of my all-time favorites though. You got to glow your body. Watch the scene. Go YouTube it. Van Damme, bam! He punches a rattlesnake and knocks it out. Like, what? And Van Damme used to always look for a reason to do the splits. He'd be on the kitchen sink. Yeah. We ain't even talking about boxing or Conor's workout. Y'all tripping. Y'all got me tripping. In hell, in that Russian prison. Hey, that Van Damme had classics. Lionheart. Too bad. Time Cop. That's my shit. There are no new messages. Rest your pizza, Daddy Green's Pizza. That's that Last Dragon. I know my shit. I know my movies. He's like, could you teach me some moves? 49-1. Yeah. We already talked about it. People putting that 49-1, but no basis. No, like, what is Conor? What is he gonna do? You gonna knock him out? What? Like, break it down. Tango and Cash? No, he wasn't in that, but that's a classic. Stallone, he was like, this guy thinks he's Rambo. No, Rambo was a pussy. Trigger! Oh, that's Rocky IV. Am I the meanest? Sure enough. Am I the baddest? Game of Death, Chinese Connect. Wow, you guys know action movies. That's how I am. One of my favorites is the Bruce Lee. I love the Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. And the Chinese guy that he already beat, the brother came after Bruce Lee, and he was like, my brother can't talk right. He can't walk right. You dishonor my family. I've been sworn to kill you. Swearing is easy. Don't go too far, hun. It'll be over in 60 seconds. Fine, I'll prove it. I'll beat any man in this room in less than 60 seconds. Don't go too far, hun. It'll be over in 60 seconds. Chris Cyborg crossover to boxing? Possibly. I mean, she has power. I think that's a good, probably stronger than a lot of chicks. So that's a good thing to have. But it looked like Clarissa Shields was kind of dogging her. So I don't know how she would do. I mean, she does good for herself in MMA. So why go to boxing? She called out Holly Holm. That's a good fight. I would favor Chris Cyborg. I think she's a bit fresher. Someone said you bleed like Molly. I think that's Kickboxer. I like the part on Kickboxer where he was like kicking the tree and he was doing it all like, and he was like, I can't. What do you want me to break my leg? And he was like, oh, like your brother, remember? And the Van Damme just lost it. And then he's like, fucked the tree up and kicked the tree down. And then he started crying after. Mayweather 50-0. We gonna find out, man. Clarissa Shields fight like a nigga. Damn, someone said Prime Mosley versus Terrence Crawford. That's a good fight because Mosley had Chris Axe at 135. You know, I will admit, I'm disappointed with Canelo Triple G promotion. I really feel like it hasn't, like, people talking more about Paulie sparring Conor McGregor than, yeah, I seen Undisputed. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I'm about to get off here. It's been real. I was trying to get us to 100 likes, but y'all slow today. Wilder said he's down to fight King Kong, so I hope it happens. What's up, Ego? Late to the party. Got 3 more clients to mentor. Super busy. We were crying watching McGregor live media in the car on the way home. Why didn't anyone teach him how to box? Yeah, I mean, I said my piece on it, and people said I was hating. So it is what it is. I still feel the same way. Some people were like, it's funny with this. This is what I noticed with the new media is killing these boys, because you look at a lot of people. I told you in January it wasn't going to be a good year. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. And the thing is, when it comes to certain fighters, they never get the benefit of the doubt. Floyd he didn't even post it, but somebody posted a picture of Floyd at a beach party or whatever, fucking pool party or some shit with no shirt. They say he on steroids. He has to be on Peds. Even though he's been in shape since he was fucking out the womb. His daddy is 60-something years old and got a big-ass bicep in his cut, but he don't get the benefit of the doubt. He's definitely on Peds and all this shit. That's what they say. But then when it comes to other fighters, it's always the benefit of the doubt. Lomachenko, his face didn't look good at the end of the Mariaga fight is because of the headbutts. It wasn't, none of that was because of the few punches that Mariaga landed, right? Or Conor McGregor doesn't look great in his media day. Oh, it's because he's just saving it, even though he's looking extremely gassed to the point where you can't even act because fatigue is setting in and he looks that tired. You know what I'm saying? They say, oh, Conor, he's playing possum. He's just not showing all his good shit. He's not showing his good shit. He's just trying to rope-a-dope Floyd Mayweather with this media day. We'll see. He didn't look great to me. He didn't look sharp. Credit to him for stepping out his comfort zone. But, I mean, the credit only goes so far because he's making more money than he'll make with anyone in the UFC. So, as a fighter, who wouldn't do it? Conor's muscles too big? Possible. Because he's a big dude. Yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you how I seen it. You know what I mean? And I didn't see Conor looking like, I actually thought he would look better than that. Because the way Paulie was saying, he did good in the first 5 rounds. That's just bag work. The bag ain't even hitting you back. He was making little subtle mistakes, but of course they got excuses. They got that shit lock and loaded. And I promise, mark this. Right, what did Chris Tucker say? Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck. Take a picture. Write this. Remember this particular portion of the stream. After Conor loses, they're gonna say, "Oh, Floyd should fight him in the octagon." Even though he said, "I made a pact with Al Heyman. I'm retiring." They're gonna want revenge, and they're gonna want Floyd to lose his O or lose in the octagon by fighting Conor McGregor, which is going to be funny as fuck, because if he goes in there and destroys Conor McGregor, he was already the A side before. So what leverage would Conor McGregor even fucking have to bring him into the octagon if he loses badly? That doesn't even make sense. So Floyd beforehand had accomplished more, had higher earnings, made more money, never lost, and he was the A side. So if he beats you, he's really going to be the A side exponentially. So why would Floyd come and fight Conor in the octagon? But again, that's how these idiots and zombies think, because they want to even the score and they want things to be even. If Conor gets polished up, then they're going to want revenge, you know what I'm saying, in any way they can. So they're going to say, "Oh, Floyd, he ducked Paul Williams, Sergio Martinez, fight him in the octagon. You wouldn't fight him in a bar." Like, that's dumb shit. Fight him in a bar? The fuck? If you're worth half a billy, why would you be fighting anyone in a bar? You're supposed to have your team. I mean, unless they on your level, maybe. Like, I think Floyd and T.I. might have got into it. What they say got two black eyes? Where they at, dude? You know what I mean? I think Floyd caught him at the Fat Burger or some shit, but someone said Dana White will offer Floyd $200,000. I really believe Dana White didn't want this fight, but then Conor wasn't backing down, and then Conor was actually talking about, if you go, he did that pay-per-view question and Q&A with Ariel Helwani, and he was talking about making the fight happen with or without the UFC. He was saying that he has lawyers or whatever, there's ways to get it done, and he says preferably they want to include the UFC, but if not. So I think Dana White, seeing how serious Conor was about getting his paycheck, like, you can't provide this for me or my family. There's no one you can serve me up, and we would make this type of money together in the UFC. As a result, I think the Dana White was like, "Yeah, you know, that's right. I can't. We got to just take our cut and keep it pushing, because I can't really prevent Conor from making this historic amount of money." And then the fight was made. And then if you listen, I talked to Leonard Ellerby. They had a presser with Tank, and I talked to him. I said, "Was the fight easy to make?" And he said, "Yeah." Dana White said the same thing. So I think it was easy to make once Conor and Dana had the understanding that we can't stop you. We can't stop you from collecting this type of paycheck, because we can't offer you nobody. We can't offer you nobody in the UFC where you're going to make this. Yeah, I don't like how Dana White seems cool, but I don't like how he does that. He trashes certain people. Tyron Woodley, like, you made the fight sound good. That shit sucked. Like, damn, why you do that to your fighter? That's some shit Bob Arum did with Rigondeaux. I don't like that. Or like Mighty Mouse, and he even threatened Conor. If you guys do your research, he said something to Conor like, "Conor doesn't want to go there with me. We'll make it real hard for him." Like, why you do that? Why you have to threaten your people? Yeah, man. Man, get them likes up to 150, and I'll add some time. If not, I'm about to get out and go to Jack in the Box and see one of y'all that was leaving them smart comments. I'm going to go to your job. I'm going to pull up and be like, "Get my shit right. Get it right. We ain't playing." EGO, man. I'm about to pull up to one of y'all jobs. And I want all my sauces. Some of y'all be tripping with the sauces. Like, I don't know if I never worked fast food. I worked at Baskin Robbins. That was the closest. But I never worked fast food. And I don't know if they have like a sauce supervisor. But some of y'all take that sauce shit. I'm like, "Yeah, can I get 2 ranches?" They look at you like you ain't shit. What the fuck? 40 cents. Like, who made that price? 27 cents. Like, really? I just spent $15.60 and you tripping off 27 cents because you the fucking sauce supervisor? That's retarded. Or, God forbid, you want 2 different sauce. Like, yeah, I'll take a honey mustard and a barbecue. Oh, you want both? Look at this entitled nigger. Like, what? Like, damn, I can't get 2 sauces and I just bought a fucking hell of food. Yeah, I got this bomb-ass Mongolian barbecue place out here, and they be doing the same thing. They want to, I swear, I bought food for my whole family, right? And it was like a ton of food. Like, they gave me 1 soy sauce. Like, I would slap the shit out you. Why would you give me 1 soy sauce? And she's like, oh, you want more? Like, yeah, I want some more. Why would I want 1 soy sauce? And I just spent almost like $80 because the shit was hella expensive. Like, come on, man. I gotta go vegan if they don't give me these fucking sauces, man. 4 Life 1 Deep, what up? I look like I'll be sure. I've heard that my whole life. Next. I don't give a shit about that. Because I'll be sure to fuck your chick. See, y'all get it twisted because it's Boxingego. I'm still a regular person. Leave me with your girl and we'll see who's I'll be sure. Hit the like buttons on the feed. What up, Ruben? Y'all be, oh, he looks like I'll be sure. He's the barge. Yeah, I'm a barge in your chick. The barge in your chick. I'll be sure to take her on a date. You ain't gonna do shit. All right, leave me with. Give me her Instagram. If she look, yeah, you're right. I won't do shit because you probably with them Bobby Valentino ones. You got that. That's not even a chick, so I won't do shit in that case. But if she looks right, bet on it. Book it. Y'all be with them Bobby Valentinos and shit. Bobby, you left your shoes. Motherfucker. You left your keys. Shut up, nut hugger. You're done. Let's just shut up, nut hugger. I don't have a girl, so I date though. Someone said I'll fuck your girl after. Good luck with that, bro. I'm always arguing. We gotta entertain. This is a live chat. They want to go at me. They want to throw shots at the throne. Then we gotta talk to them. What do y'all want to talk about? Conor looked like shit. Well, according to some of y'all, he was doing it on purpose to fool Mayweather. See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to fool somebody who's been in the game for decades, like Mayweather, because Canelo Alvarez. I covered boxing for longer than people think. When he was fighting Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez, there was rumors that he was dogging sparring partners and like destroying people, and they couldn't keep people in camp. Come fight night, none of that shit mattered. So even if Conor was some way or whatever, watering it down, Floyd's not a dumb fighter like that fights off emotion. He hasn't showed me that. He hasn't showed me that he's a dumb fighter where he's easy to, like, if you think about it, he tore Robert Guerrero out the frame. And Ruben Guerrero said a lot to get under his skin. He was like, you guys like this guy? Woman beater, baby. He beat up his kids in front of his wife. Woman beater. He's doing all that. And Floyd, he just looked like he wanted to destroy it. Watch the face off. Floyd just, he looked like he wanted to destroy him, but he didn't. He fought the smart fight, stayed elusive, stayed on his toes with the southpaw, got aggressive. You know what I mean? You guys like this guy? Woman beater? You guys beat up his wife in front of his kids. You guys like damn, Ruben, his veins coming out. You guys like you that man? He beat up his wife. He's a woman beater. Like, god damn. Floyd didn't lose it. So you think Conor is gonna be able to get him out of his zone? Blood in, blood out. Hey, Miklo. He beat up his wife. He beat that bitch. You guys like bitch beaters? Like, calm down, Ruben. Versus Amir Khan. No disrespect. He trains out here and stuff. But in the Danny Garcia fight, he let Angel fuck with him. And he started fighting like, okay, I want to punish this dude. And he bit off more than he could chew, stayed in the pocket too long, like, eesh, eesh, eesh. And then Danny hit him with that. He had to get back up, like, oh, shit, I'm drunk. You know what I'm saying? You can't fight a dumb fight. You can't fight that dumb fight. Floyd doesn't do that. Danny Garcia was hit him with that. Conor was like, oh, round the world, round the world, round. Conor didn't know where he was at that given moment. He was, that shit was. Conor was like, eesh, eesh, eesh. Danny, round. That shit, Danny must got hammers at 140 because he looked pretty out of it in that fight. Like, hey, pretty, he thought he was at the club. Hey, pretty lady across the wheel. He was at the club when he got back up. But props to Conor for that because he did get up 3 times and he was on his feet. Eat, eat, eat. Danny was like, stop that eat shit. No, I didn't see the Floyd ESPN. Oh, yeah, the Stephen A. Smith. I seen that. Usher out here fucking a grizzly bear. Wow. I don't think he fucked that girl. She looked like fucking Viscera from WWE. She, like, damn, bitch, she hella buff. Her arms look like Arnold in his prime. He didn't fuck her. He didn't fuck Viscera. Fuck that. Like, think of all the pussy Usher could get. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you go fuck Viscera. Like, yeah, I want you next. Like, hell no. I don't think so. But I don't know. I don't know Usher. Usher, baby. That girl's hella big. She looked like Michael Clark Duncan in Green Mile. Rest in peace. Yeah, boss. I want to go to Disneyland, boss. That bitch was big. What they say on Deuce Bigelow? That's a big bitch. What is Floyd's biggest weapon against Conor? Very good question. It's hard to say one weapon. I'm going to say weapons because I think he has multiple. I think the experience is the biggest weapon. Just because he's ring IQ and experience, I kind of lump that into one. He just has ring experience. He knows how to navigate in the ring. He knows where he's at. He's comfortable. Even if hurt, he knows what to do. Shane Mosley was like, bop! And then he, like, nah, bit. Like, he knows what to do in those situations. He got hurt twice. You guys watch the fight again. Shane Mosley hurt him twice in the second round. Twice. Because the first one he got hurt and everyone seen him all like, oh shit. And then he got hit on like the temple and he was like, and then he you know what I'm saying? He stayed upright. Then he went on to beat Shane Mosley every single round. So the experience is the biggest thing. He's been to this point before. He went to the Olympics. Other weapons, jab. He knows how to fight each person. You know what I'm saying? He knows he's with the southpaw. He don't want to give him no confidence. He'll probably fight him aggressive. And a guy who lacks pure boxing knowledge, because you can't let a guy like Conor, who's somewhat elusive in his fighting style and maybe awkward, unorthodox, because he's not a pure boxer, so he's not going to do things technically right. So I think Floyd's going to try to take that away from him early. He did it with Canelo, but see, the thing is, Canelo can box. Canelo's a good counter puncher and a good boxer puncher. So Floyd, he didn't really test the waters that much. He came out mad aggressive versus Canelo. And in those first 2-3 rounds were probably the most competitive rounds of the whole fight because he came out aggressive and Canelo let his power be known and he was trying to counter Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So Floyd's like, all right, let me sit back. He's not ripe yet. He's not ready for the picking. So I'm going to just chill out, box him, and then wait for shit to open up. Then he did that for several rounds in the middle, and by round 11, he was looking out the ring and shit and embarrassing him. That's how you break someone down. But again, that's Canelo. That's because Canelo's fighting since he was 15, and Floyd probably underestimated that he does have some skill and he has some pop. He has some power, even at a catchweight. Conor's different because he doesn't have the skill of Canelo as a boxer. Technique-wise, I don't know if Conor hits as hard as Canelo. In boxing gloves, because boxers turn their punches different. You know what I mean? Look at the shot he hit Amir Khan with. Beautiful setup shot. Feinted him and shit like that. So that's another advantage. Floyd knows how to fight different people. So I think he's going to fight him aggressive and discourage Conor, and then just start breaking him down. Body shots, another advantage. Floyd, he's crafty, stealthy. He knows how to get in, like, steal some air, and he does that jab to the solar plex, which is going to siphon energy and zap energy and get Conor thinking. And it doesn't, see, a lot of fake boxing fans don't know what to look for because they just like the obvious shit. Like Golovkin, his style to me is obvious. When he puts a hurting on you, you could tell when he has a guy hurt, things like that. But that's, anybody could decode that. That's why a lot of casuals resonate with Ruslan or a guy like Golovkin, because they have offense. It's not fancy footwork. Golovkin's footwork to cut off the ring is good, but he doesn't overall have like Sugar Ray Leonard, Pernell, Floyd feet. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of seek and destroy. So that being said, a lot of people like the obvious shit. They don't want to break down the science, the Rigondeaux, who's setting you up and baiting you in and setting traps, Floyd's and stuff. They want the in-your-face, just whatever, and that's the difference. But Floyd, I think he's just overall too smart. He's fought bigger guys. He knows how to fight them. He zaps little things. That's why I like watching Floyd, because you can learn. Like I said, it's the little things. It's Golovkin hits you and you get knocked down. Okay, you're probably hurt. We all know that. But I like other things too. Seeing people set traps, and it doesn't look like anything big when Floyd's just sticking you and daggering you to the fucking navel. But he's doing that with a purpose. It's not like wasted movements. It's just like true art. You know what I mean? It's not a bunch of like wasted movement. It's done with the purpose. And then you see him in the second half of the fight, you see the guy slowing down. Oh, that's why he was doing it. So I like all types of boxing. And I think them body shots are going to fuck Conor up. Have him second guessing. And Conor's physically big. So I think Conor McGregor is going to gas out. And if he hasn't done major damage to set the tone, like Kovalev Ward 1, to set an early tone, he's going to grow more and more frustrated. And then Floyd's going to pile up with the body shots. And it's just going to accumulate to probably like an Arturo Gatti style succession of punches. That's what I really see. And again, Conor being so big and rehydrating, again, if he hasn't done any major significant damage to get Floyd out of there, drop him or anything like that, those body shots, all that going to add up. And it's going to be, it's like a big dog chasing a littler dog who's squirrely, you know what I mean? Or even like football. You look at a linebacker, big ass dudes, like, you know what I mean? Look like Usher, the chick Usher was allegedly screwing. Big ass linebackers, right? And the running back, if you have them in a certain proximity, you could grab them and stuff and like tackle them or whatever. But if they squirm and break out, they're ghosts. And them big ass linebackers, by and large, will not be able to catch that running back. Point blank, period. So I think Conor McGregor, he's not as big as a running back, as a linebacker, but he's still going to probably be the bigger man. And that added muscle and shit like that, ultimately it's going to, like I said, if he hasn't done any major damage early, then that weight is not going to benefit you against a guy who's moving in there and crafty and fleet, or like light on his feet or whatever. Oh yeah, someone just brought up a good point. Conor's not used to them gloves. Another thing, you're used to fours and you're used to quick nights. Like, I don't know, I'm not I'm not gonna say I watched Conor's career, like the Seaver fight, Chad Mendez. I watched all of his major fights or whatever, especially since he's been popular. Even some of his older ones, right? When before he even had tattoos on the chest piece tattoos. But the thing is, I don't know. But if you average it, Conor ends fights quick. You know what I mean? Eddie Alvarez didn't go many rounds. Was it 1 round, maybe 2? And he was piecing Eddie Alvarez the fuck up. So that's another thing. All those little nuances. Chad Mendez got maybe in the 2nd round. Aside from Nate Diaz, a lot of those guys he did stop. He stopped them fairly early, so he doesn't even have that many rounds, and he doesn't have boxing rounds. So those glove size, the added movement, nervousness and jitters, all that shit adds up. It all adds up to you feeling depleted. Plus what Floyd's doing, like daggering to the body, solar plex shots, take some air. All of that added up doesn't look good. Let's get the chat to 150. We're close. We should really be at 175 by now. I've been on here 43 minutes. We can get the chat to like 175. Conor looks good at stand-up because he's standing with guys who are even worse at boxing than he is. Great point. It's a very good point. And that does matter. That does matter if you're fighting guys who have even lesser stand-up game than you, or can't take a shot or something like that. So a bunch of people he beat can't box. Watching Aldo train on ES News recently showed me exactly why dude got countered so easily. 13 seconds running in like an idiot. That's a great point. And that's why I think he went to Robert Garcia to improve his stand-up. He's Brazilian, so naturally the schooling, they know, by and large, they know a lot about the jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So now he's probably trying to polish up on his stand-up game. Watch Aldo on the speed bag at Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. Yeah, I didn't see that. He didn't look good or something. Yeah, and see, that's the thing with a good stand-up fighter. You could be a good stand-up fighter, and if someone's a wrestler or whatever, but they're strong, they're bigger than you. Conor has a long-ass reach, longer than Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd Mayweather has abnormally long arms. So imagine Floyd Mayweather's arms at 147 in boxing are longer than most. I told you guys can Google it. Floyd Mayweather has longer arms than Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson was a heavyweight. Now, obviously, I'm not saying Tyson has less power or anything than Floyd, but the reach, and Floyd's a sharpshooter. So Conor has longer arms than Floyd. So put that in perspective. When he was fighting at featherweight, 145, then you can imagine his arms are probably longer than all them guys in the UFC too. Because Floyd at 72 inches, his arms were longer. So Conor has a reach advantage over a lot of guys. He's bigger, he's strong. So a lot of them guys couldn't get him down to where they would benefit. Chad Mendez did, especially for having a short camp. He got him on the ground for a long time, and I was wondering how Conor's energy would be, because it was just like Daniel Cormier versus Anthony Rumble Johnson, the first one. Rumble Johnson was on that mat too long. He had his back on the mat way too long. And to Conor McGregor's credit, he was able to finish Chad Mendez, but Chad Mendez had him on the mat for a long time in that first round. All right, I'm about to get off. I thought we can get to 275, but I gave y'all 2 live streams. What up, Eagle? I'm in Guatemala checking out your live chat. I appreciate it. Thank you guys to everybody for the super chats. We got close to 175. But yeah, I wasn't really impressed with Conor McGregor's media day, to be honest. Y'all, if y'all were, then that's cool. I study boxing, you know what I mean? Like I watched some UFC. I told you about what happened in the Mendez fights and stuff like that. So I watched the high profile UFC stuff, but boxing was what I really studied. And it just so happens for this fight, Conor is fighting him in boxing. So it doesn't really matter what Conor excels at in the octagon, because he's not able to use a good vast majority of that in a boxing match. He said it himself. He was like, he wants to fight me under the rules, boxing rules. A rule set, a limited rule set. He's the one saying all that. So Conor went 12 rounds hard. All right, man. I'm not gonna argue with y'all. Conor looked spectacular. He's the $1 million man. He's. It's like, what do y'all want me to say? Y'all see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all like them soft ass like cupcake channels that just say what you want. I don't do that. I'm not gonna do that. If someone look great, they look great. That's just what it is. Y'all want, like, I criticize an aspect of a fighter. I tell you, see, and this is the difference than me. People say, oh, you hate this person and that person. I tell you what I don't like, and I tell you what I like, and I can explain always. I can always explain to you why I feel like I feel. I say Lomachenko, for him to be anointed pound for pound #1, you got to show me somebody better than a Miguel Mariaga who has 2 losses with 2 knockdowns and is moving up in weight. That doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry. You guys can get mad, kick and scream. For me, it doesn't do that. Especially when Andre Ward just moved up in weight, beat Sullivan Barrera, who turned out to be a good fighter even after that, by beating an undefeated Shabransky, a puncher, who was sparring with Canelo for his last fight with Chavez Jr. And Canelo obviously looked awesome versus Chavez Jr. and has since bounced back. And then he broke Joe Smith Jr.'s jaw and was outboxing him. You know what I'm saying? And Ward beat Kovalev. It was too narrow of a victory, so he came back and he stopped him. You know what I mean? So how can you put Lomachenko with 10 fights above that? Above Crawford? And it's funny, people, oh, Terrence Crawford don't got no resume. But Lomachenko's resume is good for only having 10 fights. But people abuse that. They say, oh, but name one other person that has 10 fights and has fought guys like him. We don't have to do that because he has 400 amateur fights that you guys seem to bring up each and every time. So it's not like Anthony Yard or Jason Sosa, where he only had limited amateur experience. Peter Quillen, my dude, shout out to my dude Kid Chocolate. It's not like a person like that where he had very limited amateur experience and he just came into the pro ranks and fought for a title and beat good names in 10 fights. You guys know what it is. He has 400 fights. If you stay around in the Olympics that long, Olympics only happen once every 4 years. So if you have 2 gold medals like Guillermo Rigondeaux and Vasyl Lomachenko, then I know you have experience, because that means almost a decade of your life has been spent in the amateurs. And not to mention, when you fight, it is a decade, because when you fight for the Olympics, just like Michael Phelps or anybody else, when they compete in the Olympics, it's not just about going to the Olympics once every 4 years. There's a preparation period. They have the Olympic Training Center, because I know a dude, Mark Castro, shout out to him. He's trying out for the 2020 Olympics. So he goes out to Colorado Olympic Training Center, so it's a preparation. So between preparation and then actually your appearance in the Olympics, like Shakur Stevenson or Lomachenko or whoever, you spent like a decade of your life at least preparing for, if you have 2 gold medals. It's very simple. And then on top of that, Lomachenko fought in another organization before boxing. So it's easy for you to say, oh, but he only has 10 fights and look at who he's beat. Yeah, that's because he has 400 as an amateur, 396-1. Hold on. Keep this conversation going. See? And see, this is the thing I try to tell y'all in January. It's not going to be a good look for you, because I'm already seeing it. A lot of the channels that say the polar opposite of everything I say every time. Where are their channels? How successful are they? What is their viewership? What events are they covering? What are they doing? You know what I'm saying? Are they traveling to cover fights? Are they getting good views? You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, it all stems to this. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Energy Fitness says Lomachenko didn't revenge Salido. Perfect example. Every other fighter is required almost, especially hated fighters. Let Deontay Wilder be in a close fight that could have went either way. You think people aren't going to demand? They already hate him. They act like. You think people aren't going to demand that he fights the guy again, just like Ward Kovalev, Floyd Mayweather Castillo, Mayweather Maidana? You don't think people are going to demand that? But Lomachenko fought Salido 3 years ago, and he still hasn't rematched him. Probably trying his team, waiting until Salido gets a little bit older, fights Francisco Vargas, and Rocky Martinez has some wars. Lomachenko, meanwhile, is gaining confidence, experience as a pro, and then now they're going to want to rematch him. It's very simple. Vasyl Lomachenko, right? Amateur record. .396 wins with 1 loss that he avenged. Whoever this Albert dude is a beast for being the only person that could beat him. Bow. World Series of Boxing. Prior to turning professional, Lomachenko competed in the lightweight division of the World Series of Boxing, WSB, from January to May 2013. Despite having 6 fights in this tournament, some outlets would later claim that those fights should have counted towards Lomachenko's professional record prior to his official debut later that year, due to the lack of headgear and rounds being scored using the 10-point must system in World Series Boxing. See, some of y'all are idiots and don't know stuff like this. So you do the math. Do the fucking math. Lomachenko had 6 fights in this World Series of Boxing. He has 397, which will round up to 400, amateur fights, 2 gold medals. So for you to say, oh, but who else has done this with only 10 fights? The reason he's able to do this is because he has past experience. Because he has like 400 and something fights as a grown man. You know what I mean? For some of that duration. 6 fights in this World Series of Boxing, who, you just seen it. It says people said since it lacked headgear and whatever, and it was on a 10-point must system, that should have counted towards his record. So he really shouldn't even be, according to some people, it shouldn't be only 10 fights. It should be 16 fights. There, boom. So, again, great fighter, talented. Well, I can't even say great, but I'll say talented, very talented. Skills. I see skills, but I got to see him fight somebody. Like, and I got to see him fight under the right circumstance. Like Nicholas Walters, that's a great name because Walters did damage. He beat Nonito, his ass, knocked him out, and Vic Darchinyan. But you notice, I'm going to show y'all. See, I don't have to just talk about it. I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to show y'all, motherfucker. And again, all the people, oh, you're hating. If you're hating, you don't have to show it. So he beat Nicholas Walters in 2016. Click on Nicholas Walters so you know there's no foul play. Boom. Nicholas Walters. So notice when he fought Vic Darchinyan, he knocked him out badly. And then he fought Donaire. Look at the dates. Donaire, he fought them both in the same year, in May 2014 and October 2014. Vic Darchinyan, right? Then he fought Malignaggi, who Lomachenko is just now fighting, in 2015. And then he fought Jason Sosa in 2015, December, right? So he had 2 fights for 2014 and 2 fights for 2015. 4 fights in 2 years. Not bad. He fought twice a year. But he tried to fight Lomachenko in the summertime. They were trying to make it and negotiate it. But guess what? They couldn't agree on the price. So as a result, the fight didn't go on. And it didn't happen until later in November. So from Jason Sosa, hold on. Jason Sosa in December 2015, he didn't fight until almost a year later in which he gained weight in November when he fought Lomachenko. So yeah, he beat Walter's ass, but Walters was on almost 11-month layoff, almost 12 months. Meanwhile, Top Rank in this man and his team, since he's promoted and he's getting exposure, they kept him active. These are facts. These are facts. Look, before he fought Walters in November, he had a fight in June where he moved up and fought Rocky Martinez, right? And then in 2015, two fights. So he'd been active versus Walters, who hadn't. Now, that doesn't give Walters a reason to quit. You know what I mean? You're a fighter, so that wasn't a good look. And I still give Lomachenko props because not anyone would have made would have made Walters quit. I don't think that. But I look at that, and I know that's part of the game. That's how the game goes. So Walters was on the sideline, probably partying. It's just like Sugar Ray Leonard. See, you guys got to know boxing, man. Let's get to 175 so I can finish this thought. Because y'all stalling on the likes. Y'all just stalling on the likes all of a sudden. But Sugar Ray Leonard, he pushed for the rematch with Roberto Duran because there was a long-standing rumor that Duran liked to party. And I think he might have even admitted to this. He knew Duran liked to party and balloon up in weight. So he was like, good, let's do the rematch now. Catch him with his pants down. That's what these promoters do. You know what I mean? Lomachenko's fresh and active, got confidence by moving up and beating Rocky Martinez, and was pretty active. Meanwhile, Walters got starved out. He didn't even have a tune-up fight, right? And he has 11-month layoff. Just like, oh my gosh, man. I'll destroy some of y'all in the debate, but it got to be worth something. It got to be some money. You have to have some notoriety. You got to put some stacks up. But Canelo Alvarez versus James Kirkland, it's the same thing. It's the very same thing. James Kirkland's solid. He could have probably provided test, but he had no Ann Wolf, and he was off for like a year-plus layoff. A lot of promoters do that because they kind of probably look through a pile of names. No, he wasn't washed because he beat Glenn Tapia. But the thing is, SMS Promotion is not like a #1 promoter in boxing. So Gamboa and Kirkland and the Billy Dibbs, they weren't fighting frequently enough. And Golden Boy, when they sit down with their matchmakers, they know that. They know that Canelo's been more active, fighting Lara and Angulo and all that. They knew that. They knew that. But they probably get a list of names, think about who would make for an entertaining fight, who wouldn't be too expensive, too pricey, who wouldn't always be like necessarily too dangerous, and then they look at, you don't think they go to their box rec and shit and see, oh, James Kirkland, he ain't fought since Glenn Tapia. Let's see if him and his team's down. And I told you, I know someone in the industry that told me this, and it's an undefeated top fighter, and they said that it was in the contract that he couldn't use Ann Wolf. Ann Wolf didn't even know why James Kirkland didn't pick her up for that camp. And then she even said in the HBO, because they had her, she was like, I never got a call or nothing, and I needed to be there because I know how to control James. And she was like, Canelo, that redhead motherfucker can fight. You know what I'm saying? So there's a strategy behind it. Lomachenko, same thing. Lomachenko's getting a lot of praise. Networks love him. Fans love him. And Top Rank, they're trying to market him and trying to market that. So as a result, Nicholas Walters, who's not as marketed, we'll say, they have him on 11-month layoff, gave him no tune-up fights, no nothing, and Lomachenko's been active, and Walters had trouble making weight for a fight or two with Miguel Mariaga. He balloons up in weight, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's part of it. Top Rank offered Rigondeaux $500K. Of course he's not taking that. They say Rigondeaux won't take the fight. Bob does that bullshit, Great White Hope. Man, listen. It's easy. This is one of the oldest tricks in the book. Anybody, what's up to Wickedy Split? Anybody can offer something you know the person won't take. Point blank, period. Like let's say I'm saying, hey, Boxingego, I want to expand. I want to hire somebody. But I hire them under like slave labor conditions. Like, hey, you have to do all this grueling work and I'm going to give you $10. There's actually an internet video where some guy, it's kind of fucked up, but it's kind of funny. Some guy hired this dude, and he had him working doing manual labor for 3 hours, and then he's like, how much you trying to pay me? And the guy was like, $10. And he's like, man, you had me doing all that fucking work for $10? And the guy was like, yeah. So, I mean, anyone can offer you something they know you won't take. And this is what the fake media tries to do. Triple G versus Daniel Jacobs, and I know Jacobs. Shout out to my dude. Ask him. Ask about me. He wants what's fair. You remember a lot of people were saying Jacobs was going to get knocked out. They were saying Daniel Jacobs was afraid to fight Golovkin, and he kept posting. He said, bring me Golovkin. I'll fight him. I don't give a fuck. Right? He was saying all that, and they said he was lying, and he didn't really want that work. They said Jacobs didn't really want to fight, right? And come to find out, it was the purse split. He didn't want to fight for 25%. Golovkin gets 75%, even though that's the rules with the WBA or whatever. He felt he was worth more, and he felt if I'm going to fight the guy who's perceived as the #1 middleweight, right? And I did have Jacobs winning, just like that commenter just put. He's like, if I'm fighting the boogeyman and all this extra shit, and Golovkin's his star, and they're telling me he's selling out venues and stuff, why should I get less than what I got for Peter Quillen that I knocked out, which is single-handedly at that time was a better name than anybody on Golovkin's resume? Because even David Lemieux, solid, but David Lemieux was a brand new champion. Peter Quillen was a champion with title defenses. David Lemieux had been stopped before, and he had a loss to Hoshim Alcine, who Charlo destroyed. Shout out to Puzzle for the $5 super chat. Do the ego shmoney dance. $5, man, we working. But Daniel Jacobs, he just wanted what was fair, and he didn't get knocked out, despite what y'all said. I told you it was a tough fight, right? Didn't get knocked out. Gave Golovkin a hell of a fight. I personally, along with Canelo and Chavez Jr. and Troy King and Joey Spencer and a ton, Deontay Wilder, a ton of other people had Jacobs winning that personally. Had him winning that particular fight. So again, y'all try to play. Kid Chocolate is a cool dude. Shout out to my dude Quillen. Y'all try to play politics and act like all these guys are scared, when in all actuality, a lot of times they get offered peanuts or something, and you know they're not going to take it. You know it. Rigondeaux got $750,000 versus Donaire, and people are saying Lomachenko is pound for pound #1, and he's this superstar, and he's the best thing since Muhammad Ali. So give me best since Muhammad Ali money. The fuck? He's this threat. I'm moving up 2 divisions, and I can't get cashed out, even though I know I could beat him, or if I think I could beat him, or whatever. It doesn't. That's not how business should work. But that's what the promoters will tell you. They want to force feed you that bullshit, and people are like, "Oh, Rigondeaux's ducking. He doesn't want to take it." Like, and a lot of people are fake on the internet, and what they do. Crawford is too big for Lomachenko. I wouldn't. That's not a good look. I mean, even Lomachenko's own person said that it would be a suicide mission to fight Crawford. Actually, I want to say that's unfair. Me personally, I wouldn't motion for that fight. But if they're saying he's the best since Lomachenko, you can fight Crawford and prove that. Because if you can move up to 140 and beat Crawford before he moves to welterweight, then that's a hell of an accomplishment. I'll give Lomachenko all the props in the whole bag of props. I'll be like, fuck, you just beat Crawford, an undefeated guy who's bigger than you, who's a champion, who's about to be undisputed if he beats Ndongo. But that's not what they're doing. Same thing with Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux's calling him out every day, and then they're saying that Rigondeaux's scared. No, he's not scared. He just doesn't want to. He has to move up 2 divisions, fight someone who's being compared to Muhammad Ali. He has to fight someone he knows that is a good fighter, fight someone who has 2 gold medals, just like he has 2 gold medals, and they both have a significant name at least, like Gary Russell or Donaire on the resume, but he got to fight for less than what he got for the Donaire fight. On top of that, he got shitted on by HBO and his promoter. You know what I'm saying? You want him to work for less than he got for Donaire? And then on top of that, if he beats Lomachenko, he'll probably get bashed unless he knocks him out. He'll get bashed for being boring and all that. Come on. I'm not entertaining Floyd versus Lotta. No disrespect, but Floyd keeps saying this is his last fight. This is a money grab or whatever. So the fight's not going to happen. So it's a waste of time. That's like saying Pacquiao, Errol Spence. He's not fighting him. If you don't even want to fight Crawford, who's on his same side of the pond, and he's losing to Jeff Horn, he's not going to fight Errol Spence or Keith Thurman. So it's a waste of time to even talk about it. Floyd said he's done after this. So until otherwise proven, that's what it is. Shakur is on the Terrence Crawford undercard. So is I want to say Dillian White and Bryant Jennings. I'm not sure. I think so though. Anyway, I'm about to wrap this one up. It's been real. Thank you to the super chats. Thank you, Shakur or Buddy. So I don't know if they would fight. And they're on 2 different sides of Mayweather Promotions top rank, so I don't know. But it's been real. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, ultimately, Conor McGregor I wasn't impressed with the media day. That's just me. Why is Broner so gun shy? Shit, it could be a lot of things. Weight train, the Maidana fight. I don't know. You'd have to ask Broner. All right, I'm out of here.